Hello and welcome to this practice. My name is Brooke, and I come to this practice with a background as an endurance athlete, as well as a yoga practitioner and CrossFit coach. And I ultimately decided to create this video based off of noticing my own body's needs following some bigger efforts, some longer distances, and finding that there were really specific movements that have felt nourishing and helpful in aiding recovery, but that didn't really exist in a prepackaged product as I had thus far seen. And so my hope is that this video might also feel nourishing in your body and lend to your recovery following a big long distance effort. Without further ado, let's go ahead and meet on our mats. We're going to start standing. And the invitation is to kind of find a little bit of rocking through your feet, some softness in your knees, and just notice how it feels to rock along the bottoms of your feet. Maybe you're coming up onto your toes a bit and then rocking back to your heels. Notice how your calves, your hips feel, your ankles, all those stabilizer muscles. We can find stillness here. And on the inhale, sweep those arms out and up. Overhead, catch your left wrist with your right fingers and exhale, lean to the right any amount. Inhale is going to bring us back up through center, switch your grip. Exhale, lean left. Inhale back up through center. On the exhale, hands sweep down to your hips. Feet step a little bit wider, soften in those knees. Hips back, go ahead and hinge forward, just coming to about parallel. You might feel this in the back sides of your legs. And then we're going to come back up and exhale. Same thing, little softness in your knees, hips shoot back, heart forward. Inhale back up. This time on the exhale, come back to that position, but then go ahead and soften through your spine, fingertips on the mat. Step your right toes back. Lower that knee toward the mat. Let your hips soften. Take a moment here. We're not going to press too deep into this. You might kind of wiggle your tail. Notice how that feels. Draw each femur toward its hip socket. So feel a little bit of that. Maybe it's like a dragging of your left heel backward, your right knee forward, and then you find a little rock again. And then press into your hands, step it back toward a plank. We're going to lower knees, send hips back toward heels, child's form, and then ripple it forward, finding a little bit of a knee push up lower. And from here, press pubic bone into the mat, tops of feet into the mat, a gentle lift of the heart, not overextending here. Your low back might be quite fatigued. Let's be gentle with it. Hands come back into the mat, lift your belly button away, press back up to your knees, and all the way up and back, downward facing. March those legs. Maybe you feel some stretch through your calf muscles, through your hamstrings. You might press a little extra into your hands, maybe come up onto your tiptoes, lift your tail toward the ceiling. Maybe you find a little tail wag again. And then it might feel good to lower both heels to the left and bend and straighten into your legs any amount. You might notice this in your right IT band. Back through center, heels lower to the right, same thing. Bend and straighten any amount. Back through center, we're going to inhale, right leg lifts high. Bend that knee, open the hips, squeeze just a moment. Looking forward, we're going to step this right foot toward the outer right hand. Wherever it lands is just fine. On the inhale, right arm opens for a twist. Keep pressing into your feet. And then lower those right fingertips. Shift toward the right foot. Left foot comes to mirror. So we're in this active squat. Lift your torso up. Find your way to a little bit of a squat. All the way up to standing. Reach up. And on the exhale, we bring hands to hips and find that hinge again. That hinge to parallel. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, parallel, knees slightly bent. Inhale, back up. This time as we exhale, let your torso fall all the way down, fingertips on the mat, left foot steps back. Lower that knee and your hips. Again, don't go past the point that feels supported. You can really drag right heel back, left foot forward. Maybe lower your knee or keep it lifted, but either way, maybe finding a little tail wiggle here. We want to be careful not to get too passive or too stretchy. Our muscles just did a lot of work and they might need a little integration even while we work on doing some loosening of them. So again, that's where you think your heads of your femurs drawing toward your hip sockets, little bit of structure there, even as we wiggle. Plant your hands, lift your left knee, right foot steps back, knees lower, send your hips back toward a child's form. And then if it feels of interest, ripple it forward and find that lower all the way down to the mat. Pubic bone, tops of feet press down, navel lifts, gentle lift of your heart. Just the sweetest little heart opener here, nothing crazy. And gently release back down, press back to your knees, and all the way up and back to downward facing form. You can lift your heels, lift your hips. Maybe you want to bend one knee and the other. If you like lowering heels one direction and the other, that might feel nice too. When you're ready, left leg lifts high, bend that knee, open that hip, gentle meeting of this form before we step the left foot toward outer left hand. From here, right knee can lower. We're gonna inhale, left arm opens for a twist. When you're ready, left hand returns to the mat, and we're gonna step wide. Find that active squat just for a moment, and bring it on up. Go ahead and let your arms lower, step your feet beneath your hips. Hands can come to those hips, and we're gonna find some figure eights. So imagine that your hips are moving along kind of an infinity sign that's, if you looked down, you could see it like a little racetrack for Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels? Hot Rods? Hot Wheels? I think Hot Wheels. And now reverse the figure eight. Go ahead and bring this to stillness. Pause here. Let's inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, we're going to forward fold all the way down. Knees can be very bent. From here, step your left toes back. We're going to press into those feet. Feel strength through your legs as you come up to standing. Again, hips are very active here. We're dragging front heel back, left toes forward. Hips are glued into those sockets. And from here, you can decide how bent you want to be in this front leg. And maybe you want to reach those arms up or perhaps find a twist. Sometimes a twist feels really nice after running because we don't do much twisting in running. We don't do any twisting in running. Maybe you lower your back hand. Oh, reversing this. We're going to unwind to face forward. On the exhale, let your hands frame out this front foot. We're going to keep the left hand rooted. Begin to swivel to the right, and you might heel toe your right foot back a bit. So we're in this kind of lifted figure four. Right arm reaches up and over, and then we're going to lower the hips any amount and look back toward that back foot. Reach toward that back foot and lift and lower. Again, this movement can be big or it can be small. We're just welcoming some external rotation and some adduction into our hips. Oh, my Lanta, this feels so good in my body. I hope it feels good in yours. Let's inhale, come back up. From here, right arm's gonna thread under this left armpit. We're gonna crawl all the way to this long edge of the mat. Those sets of toes point out. Bend into one leg, and the other. Let yourself find some movement here. It might feel nice to keep your hands on the mat for support. And then when it feels okay to do so, if it feels okay to do so, you might go deeper into your left leg. Maybe that looks like a truly fully lowered Skandasana or Cossack squat. Maybe it looks like keeping your hands down and staying a bit lifted. Again, the main thing is we want to keep those legs drawing toward midline so we have a little bit of support here, a little bit of structure, even while we're opening through this right adductor. When you're ready, go ahead and lift back up through center. Turn both sets of toes in. Inhale, nice long spine. On your exhale, forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe you catch opposite elbows and ragdoll a bit. Shake your head out. You can always add a bend into your legs or take bend away. And notice, what would it be like if you let all of your energy kind of pour down and out versus keeping a little bit of energy drawing in and up? Might feel like if there was paper under your feet that you're trying to create a crinkle in the paper between your feet. Just that slight integration here. On an inhale, halfway lift along spine, crawl your way back to the front edge of your mat and left foot steps forward. Stand all the way up, reach tall. You might catch opposite elbows overhead. And from here, we're just gonna find some circles through the rib cage. So you might kind of move your arms, your shoulders, move through the ribs, and then reverse directions. Gently release out of this. On an exhale, forward fold. Knees can be bent. Fingertips on the mat. We're going to step right toes back this time. Set up and inhale your way up to your high lunge. Second side. Again, we're drawing toward midline, feeling the support of the integration of our hips. Arms might come up. On an exhale, we might open twist to the left. Maybe that backhand lowers for a bit of a reverse. Back up through center, all the way to facing the front edge of your mat. And this is where we exhale, fingertips come down, right hand's gonna stay planted as we rotate to the left. Left foot might heel toe a bit further toward the middle of the mat. And then we're in this kind of figure four plank. As you exhale, lower your hips, look toward your back foot. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift it up. Last one, if you're doing it. Inhale, up. Thread your left hand under your right armpit. Crawl to the long edge of your mat. Both sets of toes point out. Again, bend one leg and then the other. Here we'll shift into this right leg any amount that feels okay. Thinking of drawing again toward midline, keeping some muscle integration, and then pressing our way up, we can crawl to this wide-legged forward fold. Both sets of toes point forward. On your exhale, really let yourself soften here any amount. Might feel nice to bounce, to shake your head, to catch opposite elbows, maybe to crawl your hands back between your feet. On an inhale, extend your spine long, crawl your way back to the front edge of your mat. And we're gonna step it forward. Rise all the way up, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your sides. Soften your knees, take a moment to stand. We're gonna do some subtle footwork here. So back to those rocks from heel to toe for a moment. Just noticing that. And then we're gonna rock side to side. So pronating and supinating these feet, right? A natural part of running, but rocking side to side. And notice here, can you do this in a way that you feel it happening all the way up in your hips? Your whole leg is a part of this, right? You might even put your hands kind of on your hips, wrapped around your glutes, and you can even feel this happening all the way up there. Come to stillness. From here, we're going to inhale, reach those arms up. On the exhale, hands through heart center, find a little pause. We're going to lift this left leg up, maybe hug that knee in for a moment. Feel the length through your low back here. And then release that knee and step it back. Open up for warrior two. Left foot outside edge is parallel to the skinny edge of the mat. Right toes point forward. And it might feel nice to wiggle a bit here, or to feel your glutes activate a bit. Sit bones draw toward one another as we open here. Here for just a couple of breaths. On the exhale, right arm to right leg, reach over with this left arm side angle. Inhale, come back up through center. Look toward your back foot. We're gonna exhale, pivot on those feet, and come down to frame out your back foot. Back knee, your right knee is gonna lower. We're gonna bend that back leg and then touch those toes down. Bend it and touch it down. Crawl your hands up your left leg. And from here, we're gonna think left foot draws back, right knee draws forward, and then bend into your left leg any amount. We're trying to stretch a little bit through our right quadricep muscles and our hip flexors. And so sometimes it feels nice to press the front leg away. That distance between abdomen and left leg can create a deeper stretch. It might also feel nice to bend this back leg and catch that foot. You can always wag that foot back and forth. Gently release if you have that bind. Curl your right toes under, lift that knee and crawl all the way back to the front edge of your mat. From here, left foot steps forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, shift weight into your left foot. We're gonna step right toes back and open up, warrior two, second side. Again, sit bones draw together. Feel free to wiggle it out here a bit. You might settle in. And if it feels of interest, maybe you bring it into side angle. Lowering the left arm to left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, come all the way up. Go ahead and cartwheel your hands to your right foot at the back edge of your mat. Lower your left knee. Bend that back leg and straighten it out a bit. Bend it in. Straighten it out. This time, hands come up onto your right leg. Again, right hip back, left hip forward. Go ahead and settle into your low lunge. Maybe you press your front leg away, creating that stretch through your left quadriceps and hip flexors. Maybe you catch this back foot, creating a bit of a twist or wiggle of that leg. You can release it if you have it. Both hands frame out this right foot. Crawl your way back to the front edge of your mat. And from here, step it back, downward facing dog. Pause for a moment. Maybe you lower your knees, Come into a child's form. Take just a couple of breaths. We're going to get a little lower and slower as we move toward the conclusion of this practice. And it's going to start by coming up to kneeling. So whether you're in a down dog or child's form, lower your knees and come up to a tall kneel. Shoulders draw back. Knees press down. You can feel your legs firm up in response. And we're just going to move those hips forward and heart up. Hips, heart, hips, heart. And just go to that point where you feel like is good for you. Bring it all the way up. From here, hands are going to come down. Right toes step back. Rock in and out of that calf. Go ahead and lift that leg up. Feel your core integrate to support your low back. We're going to swing that leg over to the left so it's crossed behind you. And then rock a little bit, or maybe lower your elbows. You might feel this in your outer left hip. Come back through center, leg swings out to the right. As it lands, hips shoot back, asymmetrical child's form. You might rock back and forth, or you might stay back. Whatever feels best to you. And then right leg comes back in line. Maybe a couple rounds of cat-cow to rinse that off, or wiggling your hips side to side. Left toes extend back, rock into that calf. Lift that leg up, support your low back with your core, and swing it over to the right. You might lower your abdomen or rock forward and back here. Maybe you feel this in your outer right hip. Back through center and over to the left. Land that foot in our asymmetrical child's form. It's kind of a combination of gate pose and child's form. Maybe you rock. Maybe you stay with your hips back. And then left leg lands. From here, you can cross your ankles and rock over them, or find a different way to come to a seat. Kick those legs long and go ahead and swivel them one way and the other. Let your feet be the windshield wipers. And then from here, we're going to plant left foot. Right ankle comes to that left knee. Keep your right toes flexed. Press your right knee away with the muscles of your leg. And then decide how close you want your left foot, how close you want your hands. This will determine the level of sensation you experience here. You might find rocking to be enjoyable, or it might feel nice to find stillness. But getting some external rotation through that right hip. When you feel ready, you can kick your legs out, give them a shake. And then we'll go to that second side. Again, flex your left toes, press that knee away, and then begin that gentle rock or find stillness. Notice as we're going through all these movements, what things have felt of interest to your body. Maybe there's certain things that haven't felt of interest. That's great knowledge too. Just let yourself tuck that away. Use that information for the next time. Let your legs come out, give them a little shake. And then from here, we're going to lower onto the mat. And we'll bring right knee in first. You can interlace fingers below that knee, hug that leg in, and then go ahead and draw it across your body. Think of reaching long from the tip of your head all the way to the tip of your tailbone. And it might feel nice to let your head rock from side to side here. Coming back through center, you can swap out your legs, hug your left knee in, and then drag it across your body, long from the crown of your head to the base of your tailbone. You might shake your head side to side. Come back through center. Both knees hug in this time. You might catch outside edges of feet and draw your knees down a bit, coming towards a happy baby. Maybe you rock a little side to side. Sometimes it's nice to kind of straighten one leg as you come to that side and straighten the other. It might feel nice to have that resistance of your hand against your foot against your hand. And then from here, you can decide if you want feet wide, knees knocked in. This is going to kind of mandate the relaxation of your psoas. And so if you find that that tightens up after a long effort, this might feel really nice. Alternatively, you can have feet together, knees wide, bringing in a little abduction, or legs can kick long on the mat. Wherever you land, work your shoulder blades beneath you, soften the muscles all the way from your toes to the crown of your head. Letting there be a smoothness through the muscles of your face, your jaw, your abdomen. Let your breath come and go at its natural cadence. Feel free to stay here for as long as you would like, letting your body absorb the nourishment of this practice and get a little break. I wish you speedy recovery, friends. Thank you for being here.